Takeaways from President Biden's first impeachment hearing by House Oversight panel. House Republicans kicked off their first impeachment inquiry hearing Thursday, laying out the allegations they will pursue against President Joe Biden, though their expert witnesses acknowledged Republicans don't yet have the evidence to prove the accusation they're leveling. Thursday's hearing in the House Oversight Committee didn't include witnesses who could speak directly to Hunter Biden's foreign business dealing at the center of the inquiry, but the hearing offered Republicans the chance to show some of the evidence they've uncovered to date. None of that evidence has shown Joe Biden received any financial benefit from his son's business dealings, but Republicans said at Thursday's hearing what they've found so far has given them the justification to launch their impeachment inquiry. Democrats responded by accusing Republicans of doing Donald Trump's bidding and raising his and his family's various foreign dealings themselves, as well as Trump's attempts to get Ukraine to investigate in 2019, the same allegations now being raised in the impeachment inquiry. GOP witnesses say not enough evidence yet to impeach Biden. While Republicans leveled accusations of corruption against Joe Biden over his son's business dealings, the GOP expert witnesses who testified Thursday were not ready to go that far. Forensic accountant Bruce Dubinsky, one of the GOP witnesses, undercut Republicans' main narrative by saying there wasn't enough evidence yet for him to conclude that there was corruption by the Bidens. "I am not here today to even suggest that there was corruption, fraud or wrongdoing," Dubinsky said. "More information needs to be gathered before I can make such an assessment." He said there was a smokescreen surrounding Hunter Biden's finances, including complex overseas shell companies, which he said raised questions for a fraud expert about possible illicit activities. Conservative law professor Jonathan Turley also said that the House does not yet have evidence to support articles of impeachment against Joe Biden, but argued that House Republicans were justified in opening an impeachment inquiry. "I want to emphasize what it is that we're here today for. This is a question of an impeachment inquiry. It is not a vote on articles of impeachment," Turley said. "In fact, I do not believe that the current evidence would support articles of impeachment. That is something that an inquiry has to establish. But I also do believe that the House has passed the threshold for an impeachment inquiry into the conduct of President Biden." Turley said that Biden's false statements about his knowledge of Hunter Biden's business endeavors, as well as the unproven allegations that Biden may have benefited from his son's business deals, were reason for the House to move forward with the impeachment inquiry. Turley, a George Washington University Law School professor, has repeatedly backed up Republican arguments on key legal matters in recent years, including his opposition to Trump's first and second impeachments. Representative Ro Khanna, a California Democrat, pushed Turley further on his comments, asking whether he would vote no today on impeachment. "On this evidence, certainly," Turley said. "At the moment, these are allegations. There is some credible evidence there that is the basis of the allegations." GOP maps out questions they want to answer. House Republicans opened their first impeachment hearing Thursday with a series of lofty claims against the president, as they try to connect him to his son's corrupt business dealings overseas. House Oversight Chairman Representative James Comer claimed the GOP probes have uncovered a mountain of evidence revealing how Joe Biden abused his public office for his family's financial gain, even though he hasn't put forward any concrete evidence backing up that massive allegation. Two other Republican committee chairs further pressed their case, including by citing some of the newly released Internal Revenue Service documents, which two IRS whistleblowers claim show how the Justice Department intervened in the Hunter Biden criminal probe to protect the Biden family. However, many of their examples of alleged wrongdoing occurred during the Trump administration before Joe Biden took office. GOP witnesses say not enough evidence yet to impeach Biden. While Republicans leveled accusations of corruption against Joe Biden over his son's business dealings, the GOP expert witnesses who testified Thursday were not ready to go that far. Forensic accountant Bruce Dubinsky, one of the GOP witnesses, undercut Republicans' main narrative by saying there wasn't enough evidence yet for him to conclude that there was corruption by the Bidens. "I am not here today to even suggest that there was corruption, fraud or wrongdoing," Dubinsky said. "More information needs to be gathered before I can make such an assessment." He said there was a smokescreen surrounding Hunter Biden's finances, including complex overseas shell companies, which he said raised questions for a fraud expert about possible illicit activities.